Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to stand and we want you to make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go 3 abreast.
It is showtime at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got them for a breath. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
It is getting to that time of year where points champions will be crowned, and we have got a trio of tremendous point battles that will all play out this weekend. Oh, my gosh, can't wait to see what happens. Hello, everyone. Steve Post on the Wing Nation podcast. Aaron Evernham is on special assignment, so you're stuck with yours truly solo here on this version of the show, okay? Now, these point battles, okay, we look at the King of the West series. We got DJ Netto, Dominic Selzy, and Bud Kading all knotted up at the front of the field. They got a big one this weekend. We look at the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour. Blake Hahn and Sam Haferteep Jr. all knotted up. They've got 6 more races. We'll document and tell you all about this weekend's doubleheader. And the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Sprint Cars, Brad Sweet, Donnie Schatz, and don't look now, David Gravel's within striking distance. It is going to be a great fall season for sure. Not as many races as we talk about a lot of times here on the podcast, but the ones we have, they are critical in determining the championships. We're going to set you up for the big weekend with some of those race previews. We're also going to step back in time and catch up with Jason Meyers. Yeah, that guy. So much success in the World of Outlaws, a 2-time champion, a 58-time winner, and then bye-bye to the sprint car world, or, well, we'll see you less frequently to the sprint car world. We'll find out what's going on with Jason as well, and we will chat with him. So we've got a great podcast for you. We are so glad you joined us here on the show. Let's start it off by looking back. It was in Jacksonville, Illinois. It was the MOA Sprint Series. It was Buddy Kofoid and Rico Abram mixing it up. Rico ended up with the upper hand. Our old buddy Chet Christner had the call on Speed Shift TV. It's our Dryden Diesel all death-defying move of the week.
And now for the Dryden death-defying move of the week, where one driver simply amazes us with their on-track moves.
As he gets through it, here's the opening he needed down the inside. Slide job for the race lead. Kofoid looking back to the inside.
That death-defying move was brought to you by Dryden Diesel All Death, the official death of the World of Outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. Visit Dryden.com for more information. Instilled with Dryden's heritage of performance, Dryden Diesel All Def is built for the demands of today's diesel engines. Dryden Diesel All Def is perfect for owners and operators of on-road and off-road diesel trucks and cars that now require diesel exhaust fluid. Dryden, official motor oil and official diesel exhaust fluid of the World of Outlaws and wheelmen everywhere. And as always, American-owned and operated. Visit Dryden.com for more information.
Are you a serious diecast collector? Do you have a favorite driver? Are you looking for a gift for a race fan? No matter what the question, the answer is always PlanBSales.com. Plan B has all the latest in diecast from Lionel and apparel, artwork, and other items for your favorite driver in NASCAR or other forms of racing. Go to PlanBSales.com. Key your driver's name in the search window and look at all the options. Your one stop for diecast and other motorsports collectibles is PlanBSales.com.
Sage Fruit is a high-quality grower, packer, and shipper of Washington State apples, pears, and cherries. Sage Fruit believes in sprint car racing, as a proud sponsor of sprint cars for the past 16 years and a partner of Wing Nation for the past 4 years. We love sprint car racing, and we're there for our sprint car fans. Sage Fruit works hard to deliver an exceptional eating experience. We value our relationship with sprint car fans and appreciate your continued support of Sage Fruit. Ask for Sage Fruit at your local grocer.
This is the Wing Nation Podcast. Back to Steve Post and Aaron Evernham.
It is the Wing Nation Podcast. Steve Post here, sitting here on solo. Aaron Evernham not joining us. Hey, want to mention this. Kyle Larson picked up the win Sunday up at Dover in the Dryden 400, and our friends at Plan B Sales have all of that race-winning diecast available for pre-order, including autographed editions. So what you do is you go to PlanBSales.com. Just type in the name Kyle Larson. or maybe one of our other sprint car guys, Christopher Bell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Yeah, we've got all of them. We've got some Tony Stewart diecast there as well. So check that out. But Plan B Sales, and make sure when you check out over there, you use the promo code MRN and free shipping. So you can get your Kyle Larson diecast, including that race winner from the Dryden 400, right now, pre-ordered and set to go. So much great racing going on. But one of the things, we were sitting around a few weeks ago, and everyone said, what's going on with Jason Meyers? And our producer, Krager, said, well, let's dial him up sometime. And the sometime is here, and he joins us on the hotline. Hello, Jason. Welcome back to Wing Nation.
Hi, good to talk to you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has. What's going on? What are you doing? You're just working the real job, right, and being a dad, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Same thing. We've grown our business immensely over the last couple of years and started some new divisions here this year. So just trying to keep up with the knowledge base and things that were needed to continue to expand. So, and our kids are growing and playing all kinds of sports and music and everything else. So trying to find a little bit of time here and there to see my wife, because between the two of our schedules, it's far and few between.
Yeah. In a nutshell, Jason, I know that we've chatted about this in the past, but your business out there, what in general terms, and I know you're adding different elements to it, what is the general context of your business there?
We are a commercial wood framing contractor, and we started a structural steel division this year as well. So we build shopping center buildings, schools, things of that nature, all commercial. We don't do any housing or hotels or anything like that. So all commercial building, and we work pretty much throughout the state of California. We try to concentrate on the valley, but we've been on the Central Coast. We've been in the Eastern Sierras, up as high as Sacramento, and as south as far as Bakersfield. So pretty big geographical region, and we have over 90 people now, and just come a long ways in a few years, that's for sure.
I guess so. How tough has it been? I mean, I know it's great to have the project, and you do with the work, and that's what you stepped away to do, and the family as well. But how difficult over the course of time has that racing bug bit you? And I know you've ran a little bit, but are you good now? How has that evolved over the time you've been away from the car full time?
Well, I was still, as you know, I was still racing for a little bit here and there, kind of as a hobby, and it just last March was the last time, not this year, but the year before. So it's been almost a year and a half since I've raced, but that was the last time I ran. I was kind of planning to run a little more last year, but obviously the economy is good throughout the country, and our business has grown with that. So I just had to set it aside out of necessity and time. And I've gotten comfortable being away from it. I mean, I'm kind of actually at that point where I realize that, oh my gosh, I don't have a hobby anymore. I need to find something to do. So we actually have raced a few times here lately with Jake Agopian in the car. My days of getting in the car are over. I just don't, with everything I'm committed to, and to be honest, my nerves at the end of the week are shot. I don't have anything left to go get in a race car. So, but to go to the races and still be a part of it, when I was racing, I enjoyed, being part of the team and working on the car and designing and setting the car up just as much as I enjoyed driving. So to still get to do that part is enjoyable. And Jake Agopian is the son of Mark Agopian, who was my mentor growing up racing micro midgets. And Mark passed away with an untimely death here a couple of years ago, and I got back involved with Jake to promote a race in his honor, and just kind of one thing led to another. So getting the opportunity to put him in the car is kind of my pay it forward scenario. His father gave so much to me and taught me so much. To be able to put Jake in the car is pretty special for me to get to do that. And Jake's doing a great job, and he's only raced twice. We've run 2 nights here so far. We got another one coming up at Hanford this weekend, and I'm enjoying getting, to go back to the racetrack a little bit. And Robin and I have made an effort to make Knoxville, most years. I think we missed last year, but we've been there the last 2 years. So that's been fun. I mean, as I've always said, everybody says, do you miss it? You miss the people is what you miss. So we always look forward to going back to Knoxville, and, it's a great place to see almost everybody, that everybody's usually there. So we've enjoyed that, and that's fulfilled that. And it's always in your blood. It never goes away, of course, but I am enjoying what I'm doing, and the kids are doing great, and everything's turning out the way we wanted it to be.
It is. It's interesting because I know when you shocked the sprint car world, you painted this picture of family. You painted this picture of business and growing it, and here we sit, 5 or 6 years later, and you have it. So, I mean, a lot of times we don't get a chance to double back, and I think that's one of the reasons we did kind of want to double back on this. The competitive spirit, athletes. This is no matter race car drivers or basketball, football, hockey players, baseball players, whatever it is. Athletes like you are have this inherent desire to compete. Does the business or what fills that need for you now, Jason?
I think the business does, and it really I worked really hard to bring the team aspect of what racing taught us into our business. We address everybody here as a team member. We don't have employees. We have team members and associates, and we just really have brought that culture into this. So that feeds that desire of what you've always tried to do. And, we really teach here racing taught you that never give up attitude and you can always be better. And I've really tried to build that, not tried, but I think successfully tried to build that culture into our company. So those things that I really fed off of in racing, and, I've brought those too. I learned it in racing. It's who I am. So I've worked hard to bring that into our company and make it an extension of who I am and what I believe in, and try to hire people that are like-minded and share those beliefs. And we've got a great team of people that I enjoy being around every day. They're all great at what they do, and they work hard every day to be better at it, even though they're already good at it. And it's a lot of fun. So that feeds that, to a point. Mm-hmm. You still miss a little bit of that just that fierce, aggressive competitiveness. And to be honest with you, I'm still maybe looking for that a little bit. I got to figure out what I'm going to do to feed that. I haven't had much time to think through the summer. We've been so busy, but hopefully maybe over the winter I can find that thing. Cause you always have that in you, and somehow you got to feed it. So
and I could tell you from a conversation we had a few weeks ago, we had Lance Deweese, and Lance has a number of years on you. Okay. He realizes that the clock is ticking on the driving career. He has got this plan to go amateur senior golfing. And so, because his bug is not going away, so I don't come here with good news that that's going to go away. If Lance has it in his early 50s, you probably are going to have to deal with this for some time. But it's an amazing thing to me, that bug and that drive. One of the other aspects, Jason, about it is life as a World of Outlaw champion, as a 58-time winner. Your life, Robin's life, the kids' life. It's out there for all to see. I mean, we know more about the McMahon kids, the Pittman kids, the Saldana kids. We know so much about them. What's the privacy been like, or not necessarily privacy, but the lack of the spotlight been like? It's just, so the lack of the spotlight out of racing is there, but then in business, with business comes a spotlight too. Yeah. Not as personal of a spotlight. It's more, I guess, probably me more individually when it comes to that rather than the whole family. And I never really completely latched on the social media. I've got some dislikes of it too. I think it's a great tool in a lot of respects, but it's got some negativity to it too that I don't enjoy and don't take part in. So to be honest with you, if I was out on the road still, I don't know that you would know quite as much about my family as maybe some of the others, because it's just not me. But it's just different, Yeah. I don't know that I think about that much anymore. And I guess probably why I don't think about it is in business, the spotlight is still there for me. And we never really spotlighted our kids a whole lot. So I don't know that it's been that much of a change for us. We always try to keep our kids private and not suscept them to that, and I guess as our kids grow up, we are going through that right now. I've got a 12-year-old that still doesn't have a cell phone, and we had a birthday party here a few weeks ago, and every other kid there has their cell phone, and we literally got to tell the kids, put your phone down. That's not what we're here for. Oh my God. It's an interesting time. So we want our kids to be kids, and, we have ways to communicate. The communication part is great, knowing where they're at. But we're trying to make sure that I want my kids to be kids. I don't want them to grow up too fast. I want them to be kids. I want them to get to experience that, because
we all have a natural tendency to grow up too fast, and you can't ever go back. So I want to make sure that they get to enjoy childhood and just get every last drop of that before it goes away for them and for us with the experience with them as kids. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing, and it is. It's I'm with you on a lot of the social media stuff, and I spend way too much time there, but totally get that. Are there, without delving too far into the kids, is there any interest? Do they have any interest in racing at all, or is it everything else? We'll kind of see. I always laugh because when I rented it. So my goal when I came home, when I started building a business, is I wanted to build something where I could go on a week vacation someday and still the business operates. So I've been in that position for a while now. I got a great team, but we're just so busy I couldn't leave. So about a month ago, a little over a month ago, I rented the motorhome and we loaded up the family and we drove up to Skagit and met up with Darren and Mandy Pittman, who we've continued, our great friendship that we've had for years. And we hung out with them through Skagit and through Elma and then made the trek back home. So our kids had a blast. And my kids, what they love about going to the races is they love selling T-shirts, which Delaney kind of grew up in the T-shirt trailer a little bit. But that's all they want to know is, well, if we go race this weekend with Jake, can we sell shirts and can we get a T-shirt trailer? And I'm like, no, we were through that. We don't ever want to have to do that again. But they really enjoy that. My son, I mean, he's all boy. He's wide open, crazy, no fear. Yeah. He actually loves to build things. I still got the race car at the house because Jake's racing, and he loves to work on it. He builds Legos like it's going out of style. So I don't know if he'll race them, work on them, what he'll do. We'll see in time. But I don't know that my girls really have an interest in it. They like going. They like being a part of things. But I don't know as far as driving. I mean, they ride their quads and do stuff like that. But as of right now, no interest there. But my son, I would say, I'm sure it won't be long before we'll be at the racetrack every stinking weekend again. Yeah. The cycle, the circle returns for sure. We're chatting with Jason Meyers. He's a two-time World of Outlaw champion, 58 wins, the championships back in 2010, 2011. When you mentioned that you stay in touch with the Pittmans, how much do you follow along? Are you regular subscribers to Dirt Vision? Do you do it more old school means? How much do you follow along with the sport nationally and then locally there in California as well? We keep up with the Outlaws quite a bit. I mean, Dirt Vision is amazing. Yeah. What they have done with Dirt Vision, and just in the what it's been 7 or 8 years maybe now that they've been around. I mean, it's phenomenal. And we logged in and watched the Kings Royal, and it's better than watching Fox Sports. I mean, the broadcast is great, the cameras are great. They're doing a great job with that. So, we probably watch. I don't know. It's been a little crazy here lately, but I mean, we might watch one every couple of weeks, or maybe we get in a little kind of spell where we're watching every night. So I've mentored Carson Macedo a little bit, and we followed real closely to what he's doing this year. He's doing a great job, and so I keep in contact with him. I might talk to him every couple of weeks. And Darren and I and Robin and Mandy, we've always we've continued to keep in touch over the years, and we probably talk more as friends more than we do about racing, but we keep up as much as we can, and the local scene here, not so much because we're busy here at home, but definitely have kept up with the Outlaw deal. I mean, I think they're doing a great job. I think the series is, as strong or stronger than it's ever been right now, and it's great to see. It's great to see that. I know even when I was racing, there were questions at times as where was it headed, where was it going, and I'm just excited to see that it's gone in such a great direction. Great points battle between Brad and Donnie this year, and just fun to watch. And Darren's had and a little bit of an up and down year, but all in all, is a pretty good year. And Carson's had a great year for first year on the Outlaw Tour, and I think he's got 4 wins if I'm correct, and just proud of what he's doing. So it's been fun. I mean, we still keep up. We'll forever be fans. Oh, I can imagine. And yeah, you're right. I echo every bit of that. The Dirt Vision, just sitting here in North Carolina, keeps us in touch with it so much with what we do with Wing Nation, and just really the friendships that we've evolved with over the course of time. Chat with Jason Meyers here. Jason, now you mentioned you're back a little bit to a degree in the ownership role. Is it a 410 program, 360 program? What are you running there? We've got both, but for right now it's a 360 program. I mean, he's only been in the car a couple nights, so we will. We're going to run, I guess, this weekend, and then I think we got one more if in November if the weather holds out, and we'll just kind of see where it goes next year. I mean, I told Jake if he wants to continue to drive the car, I mean, I know he'll do a good job. He's just got to get used to it. And if we can go race, 10 or 12 times next year, I'm not looking to go run a series or anything like that, but if we can run 10 or 12 around here where I can take some employees to races, maybe take some customers out, have a good time with it, then we can do that. My family gets the opportunity to go, and it gets me away, from work a little bit and from the chaos of everyday life. So that's kind of our plan right now. And if he steps it up and runs real good next year, we've got a beautiful 410 sitting here that will plug that thing in. So we'll just see where it goes. A friend of mine, HP Myatt, who always kind of was in the background of our racing program, when we raced in California, he was a big part of it. And he actually is part of our company now. He loves it and really kind of heads up the thing. He spends he probably puts in most of the work to keep everything maintained and ready to go. So we're kind of looking to maybe do that a little bit next year to find that, like as you asked about, a little bit of that competitive spirit, that hobby, if you will, to go do. So we'll see how it goes, see how it develops over the winter, but that's kind of what we're thinking for next year.
Fascinating stuff. It really, truly is. And Jason, it's we always enjoyed the times when you were racing and getting to chat with you at the track and here on Wing Nation. And appreciate you taking a little time out of the work schedule today to catch up with us and just bring everyone up to speed. We really do appreciate it, and it's great to hear that things are going so well for you and the family.
Well, I appreciate you having me on. I want to say hi to all the fans out there. When we got up to the Northwest, we got to see some fans we haven't seen in a long time. It was great to see them, and a lot of kind words from a lot of people, which we really appreciate. It feels good to know that, we made a difference when we were out there, and we had a great following of fans and people that supported us. And just want to say hi to all of them and thank them for their support over the years. And like I said, glad to see where sprint car racing is right now. I'm really excited for it, and hopefully we'll continue to grow at this pace.
Yeah, I think I saw Robin. I think I saw you guys. I know I saw Robin at the Sides Bar and Grill in Knoxville. I think Deputy Paul Sides was chatting with her, and so it was good to see you guys there too as well. So the friendships and the fun, that's for sure. Jason, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us here on Wing Nation.
Always great to talk to you, Steve. Thanks for having me.
There we go. Jason Meyers joining us here on the program, one of the really, really good guys. We launched Wing Nation back in 2011, and Jason was the 2010 champ, and he was one of the first guys when I walked into the pit area when we were launching this program at Volusia, when I walked in the pit area that I had the chance to chat with. As I've shared, my background was more dirt modifieds and not wing sprint cars, World of Outlaws sprint cars. Loved it, respected it, but didn't do a lot with that. And so walking in, of course, I knew Steve Kinzer and Donnie Schatz and Sammy Swindell, but getting one of the first guys that I met walking in that pit area of Volusia was Jason Meyers, and it's been a relationship, a friendship, I guess, that has developed. We actually sat together and watched Carson Macedo run indoors at Indianapolis a few years ago and caught up. So lots of respect for him, and really happy to hear that the business is well, the family is well, and it's still a little dabbling in the sport of sprint car racing. So always neat to catch up with some of our heroes and some of our friends, and we appreciate Jason taking the time to do it. He referenced this, that the point battle for the World of Outlaw NOS Energy drink sprint cars. Okay, there's 8 races remaining. This week it's the Wabash Clash at Terre Haute. And Sunday night, this is Saturday, Sunday this week. So we've got some Sunday night sprint cars. Tri-State Speedway and Hobstadt. Okay, with 8 races remaining, Brad Sweet has a 14-point advantage over Donnie Schatz, and David Gravel is right there lurking, only 88 points behind. So this one is going to get real interesting before we get done. We've got this weekend, then they're in Lakeside and the Midwest next weekend, then the Speed Palace, Port Royal. We still have another trip to Pennsylvania. So a lot on the line for the World of Outlaws, and they'll be in action this week, Saturday night again at the Terre Haute Action Track, Sunday night at Hobstadt. All of those races, if you're not able to make it to the racetrack, are available at www.dirtvision.com. One of the ones that I'm really excited about, the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour. They're in Sapulpa, one of my favorite towns, Oklahoma, Creek County Speedway, Friday and Saturday night. It is the John Christner Trucking Fall Fling. Friday night, $3,000 to win. Saturday night, $4,000 to win. This one we did not see. When they rolled into the Hockett McMillan Classic, we were talking about Sam Hafertepe being the challenge. Sam had a disastrous time at Lucas Oil Speedway. Blake Hahn, he's been rolling, including that win there. Picked up the win in the non-point race for the National Tour this week in the Short Track Nationals. And Blake Hahn has a 20-point advantage over Sam Hafertepe Jr. So this one is going to go down to the wire. Then they've got 2 weekends in Texas at Texas Motor Speedway and Devil's Bowl coming up. So this one is going to be epic. And our friends Racing Boys, our buddy Scott and Kirk and the whole gang, they have that all weekend long. So keep that one locked in all week long. I hope you're a member over there of their members-only club. They have some great stuff over at Racing Boys. They do a good job. Also on the ASCS stuff, regional racing, the Southwest region Saturday night, up off from the Carefree Highway. You think I'm kidding? By Canyon Raceway. Listen to this. One of the roads right there is the Carefree Highway, and the Southwest region is racing. Another point battle that is just unhinged is the King of the West NARC Series, the 410 sprints out in California, and they have the Cotton Classic at Keller Auto Speedway this weekend. They only have 2 more races left. They run in Stockton the first week of November. So, and this one here is a smackdown, and I love the combination here. DJ Netto, Dominic Scelzi, and Bud Kading. Boy, there's 3 different sides of the railroad tracks there. And just really, really neat, but all great racers, and they are mixing it up. And that is just going to be really, really fun to see what happens this week out at Keller Auto Speedway with the King of the West NARC Series. Other racing action in Central Pennsylvania, Babs Motor Speedway is the headliner. Saturday night, the 410 sprints are there. And in Ohio, the Fast Series finale. Of course, Cole Duncan has wrapped that championship up. We chatted with Cole earlier this week on our Wing Nation show presented by Hercules Tire. They wrap up their season for the Fast Tour at Waynesfield on Saturday night as well. So still some sprint car racing out there, and still a chance for you to get out and support your local sprint car track. Make sure you do it. We're getting down there now, where you got to support it now, or you're going to be bemoaning the fact that we're into the off season. So, hey, and when we get into this with this weather, now is a great time for you to get a Wing Nation hoodie to take to these fall races. That's right. And you can get all Wing Nation gear available at www.wingnation.com. That's wingnation.com. We have those wonderful, wonderful hoodies and some caps available as well. So make sure you check that out. Our friends at Classic Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery do a great job with our apparel and our other goodies. So make sure you can check it out. And there's a link right on wingnation.com that'll send you right straight there, and you can order it up. Coming up this weekend on Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit on MAV TV, one of those drivers that's in that battle in the West, Dominic Scelzi joins us. That's part of the HRP Racing upcoming calendar. Dominic Scelzi joins us on our MAV TV show coming up on Saturday morning. Thanks to Jason Meyers for joining us here today.
This has been the Wing Nation Podcast. Find Wing Nation on wingnation.com, Facebook, YouTube, or your favorite podcast provider. The Wing Nation Podcast is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.